This is Tristan.
This is Justin.
And this is Bill.
For the Space Bros podcast. Episode 107. We're still in this.
Right.
2020 can't win yet.
Yeah, right.
I think it's been 6 months since I've been working from home.
Yeah.
Almost to the week, whatever.
Yeah.
So we're adapting to this new lifestyle.
Right.
Sitting in our chairs in our own climate controlled environments.
Another year and a half to go.
Yeah. We're a quarter of the way there,
all
boys.
downhill. Yeah.
Oh man. But we have some good news to share today. And we're here to deliver this news to you that there is going to be a new Star Wars Life Day special this year.
Man.
And not only is it Life Day, it's Lego.
Yeah. On November 17th, which is in canon, the official Star Wars Life Day, they will be releasing a Star Wars Lego holiday adventure, which is going to be premiering on Disney Plus. I'm hoping maybe for Christmas they'll actually release the real holiday special, but this will tide us over until then.
Right. Yeah. This is surprising, right? This was a.
Let me say
the fact that they were doing this in secret and no leaks, right? I don't remember hearing anything about the possibility of this, so that it's going to be coming out in 3 months or whatever. And
well, let me say though, the thing that's been shocking about the Lego universe, especially with Star Wars, is for a long time, like the original Lego Star Wars games that everyone loves are great because the characters don't actually make noises or speak. They just make like, oh, ooh, and that's fun and goofy. But now they actually talk.
Yeah, a lot of controversy around that, right?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. I think I'd rather just have them do like Sims expressions.
Right.
It looks
like, kind of takes the player out of this is me as this character a little bit, and now it becomes a character. Like when they voice characters, like there does create a separation between like the player and the character a little bit then, because then you have moments where you're not really in control or speaking for them, right? So that is interesting.
What were you gonna say, Bill?
I was gonna say it does look like they put Poe in a sweet Christmas sweater.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. I should look to the advent calendar, which went for sale on September 1st. Features apparently some of the characters from the special in their holiday gear. So
that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. So the Lego advent calendar you're talking about?
Yeah, which I wonder if you can still buy.
Probably.
Well, the plot of this is directly following the events of Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, Rey leaves her friends to prepare for a life day as she sets off on a new adventure with BB-8 to gain deeper knowledge of the Force. At a mysterious Jedi temple, she is hurled into a cross-timeline adventure through beloved moments in the Star Wars cinematic history, coming into contact with Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, Yoda, Obi-Wan, and other iconic heroes and villains from all 9 Star Wars saga films. But will she make it back in time for a Life Day feast and to learn the true meaning of the holiday spirit? Yes. She will.
Spoiler.
But this kind of reminds me that they announced this Rise of Skywalker Saga Lego game. And it was supposed to come out this year, but it looks like that's now been pushed to 2021.
Oh.
Which is a bummer, because that's probably what they were hoping would tie in with this special. Okay. Well, that's coming out on November 17th. We have that to look forward to. Next.
I dropped a link for you for the Amazon page. Includes Darth Vader in Christmas sweater.
Christmas sweater, yeah.
Oh,
a
cool.
red trooper. I don't know what type of trooper that is. Rey.
Sith trooper, I think, yeah.
Oh, yeah, right. Rey, who's not in Christmas gear. It's kind of disappointing. A little D.O. in a Christmas hat. A Luke Skywalker, also not Christmassy. They kind of went halfway on the Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
And then what is that, Poe? With a
I think so, yeah.
snowball thrower.
There's a Christmas porg.
Yeah, and a porg. and
And then a B1 battle droid.
Yeah,
also
right.
not Christmassy. Yeah.
Also, that Gonk droid as a snowman is kind of funny.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. And
Yeah,
a little Vader's castle.
Yeah.
I have been getting these pretty much every year for a while now.
So you have amassed quite a Star Wars Lego collection.
Yeah, kind of, mostly for the figure stuff because I kind of like the figures a little bit, but because you get stuff like this usually is like a figure that usually doesn't come out. This is definitely the most themed one I've seen, as far as characters are concerned. So, but still available for purchase.
Cool.
I guess if you're into that thing, which I am.
Another thing coming out soon is the first comic book issue for the new Star Wars timeline, which is called The High Republic. And issue number 1 is coming out soon. I don't think there's a date on here. I thought it was. This article from StarWars.com doesn't say the date it's coming out, but there's some previews of it with different characters and some panels that aren't really colored in yet. But looks like it's Marvel's issuing issue number 1, and it's got 3 Jedis on the cover. What's your interest in this?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see what their take on old timey Star Wars is, I guess.
Yeah, because it's not quite Old Republic; it's
right.
a new timeline in between that.
High Republic, not Old Republic. High Republic, New Republic.
Yeah,
Nuevo Republic.
Well, I think it's an excuse for them to put in a bunch of Jedis without them breaking the lore.
Sure.
Yep. A bunch of Jedis who are super cool, but you've never heard of before.
Yeah.
For reasons. Yeah.
Oh, we found this mysterious planet where there's a bunch of Jedi. It's weird.
Yeah.
Because I think what they've been doing is they've been leaning on non-Jedi stuff quite a bit in comic books and outside of Darth Vader and stuff. So now they're like, let's give people a taste of the lightsabers, what they really want. Give us some Jedi.
Yeah, I mean, Bill's right. I mean, this is an opportunity for them to put a bunch of Jedis in something, whereas the timelines they were dealing in before is like there isn't really a bunch of Jedis, right? Except for Clone Wars, but yeah, it's a chance to go Jedi heavy for sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, something new, I guess. Would be nice, a change of pace. Not that they have like a great track record with the one-offs, but storylines and stuff. But
I mean, it sounds like they had their panel that they put together and they planned it out for a while. So hopefully they actually like planned it out and didn't just waste time navel gazing and whatever, and have good ideas. And it won't just be like a bunch of random one-offs. It'll be like worthwhile.
Hopefully, yeah.
I guess that'll be yet to be seen.
Yeah, Bill, you're gonna have to read the books for us and let them know. Let us know how they are.
All right.
The
comic stuff.
Yeah. Hopefully, the ability to not have to shoehorn new storylines into well-tread, stories is. We'll open it up and it'll be good. I think that's why I kind of like Dr. Aphra so much in that respect. Like it's not. Yeah, she dips into the Star Wars universe that we know a little bit, but like she's free to do a lot, or that storyline is free to like kind of go off and get weird. So
I do like that arc where she found that Jedi ghost basically and like took the artifact.
Yeah,
that was fun. So I would love it if they did a live action TV series, Dr. Aphra. That would be the bomb. Yeah.
That would be sweet.
Give us what we want, Disney.
Yeah, I know. You guys watching Lovecraft Country at all?
Yes.
Yeah.
The one episode where it gets sort of Indiana Jones-ish.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh yeah, I could go for. And I watched Indiana Jones recently, the first one. I don't love as much as I remembered. It's some slow action in that movie. but what it's old. But yeah, I was like, with the new Lovecraft Country, that sort of Indiana Jones style, I was like, I could go for like a modern take on this now. Like, I'm ready for it. So that'd be great. But I don't think we'll get it for a while, at least.
I watched a documentary about these kids who made Indiana Jones, and it's called Raiders. It's about the group of kids who spent every summer in middle school and in high school working on a shot-for-shot remake of Raiders: The Lost Ark. Have you guys heard of that one?
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of it, yeah.
It was
I
pretty
haven't seen
entertaining.
it, yeah.
I'd recommend watching that if you like that movie. Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, I think it's on Netflix right now too. So
Add it to the list.
There's a CG short that dropped for Squadrons. Did you guys watch the video, the trailer for Squadrons?
I watched some of it.
Yeah. It was basically like a story of a pilot who gets pursued by some it's basically from the Empire's perspective of a TIE pilot getting shot down, and the battle between Republic and Empire. Didn't really show any gameplay or anything. It was more like a story thing, which makes me wonder what the story is going to be like for this game.
Yeah. Did you think it was better than a fan-made story, CG story, or just kind of middling?
I don't know. I mean, there's a really good anime one with TIE fighters and X-Wing.
That one was good.
And I felt like I'd watch a show like that. That'd be awesome if they made that.
Yeah.
Like a Macross level animation. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Just don't do that type of animation anymore.
That's so labor intensive, right?
Yeah. That's just too bad. But because
now what about the trailer for this Tales from the Galaxy's Edge? Did you guys watch the trailer for that? The trailer video?
Yeah.
I did.
What do you think?
I'm in, except for I don't have an Oculus Quest.
Yeah. If I had an Oculus, I would also be in.
Though they did announce the Oculus Quest 2, and I'm like, I don't know if they've announced. I think they've announced price for it, but
yeah, I did look at it afterwards because I was like, oh, you probably need the Quest 2 for that. The Quest 2 is in two models. One of them that's 64 gigs of storage only is $300.
Yeah,
and the one that has like 256 is $400.
Huh.
But I'm thinking, why would you want to buy the one for 64 gig? You'd run out of space right away.
Yeah, you keep one thing on there at a time.
Yeah.
Surprised it just doesn't have like an SD slot.
Or something. Because they want you to buy the bigger one,
I suppose.
So $400 you could.
I think if I was going to buy a console this coming console season, I would probably buy an Oculus Quest 2. If you didn't have like a VR setup. But I've heard people are quite impressed with the first one as a standalone option. And certainly if it has the option of hooking it up to a PC like the other one was rumored. I don't even know. I'd have to look and see how that all ended. But the ability to also hook it up to your PC if you want to do like crazier shit.
I think that was implemented.
Yeah, I believe so too, but I'm not 100% certain.
Yeah, it says
PC
if I was VR.
Pick Xbox, PS5, or that, I would probably get an Oculus Quest too. If I didn't have already like a VR system, I guess.
The one downside I see is that it's saying powered by Facebook. Requires your Facebook account login.
I saw some people
unless you already have one. Yeah, unless you already have an Oculus login.
Oh. What was that, Bill?
I was just saying a bunch of people are complaining about that. I'm reading about it.
Yeah, because Facebook owns Oculus, right?
Oh, yeah, they did buy them, didn't they?
Yeah.
So it has those hand strap VR controllers, right? A charging cable. It looks like it comes with a power adapter, which maybe you can plug into your computer with, but it seems like there's probably an additional cable you have to buy.
I'm guessing it's probably just USB-C for the power, and that might be just what connects it to the. Maybe.
Yeah. You might need a really long or like a braided cord or something special. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Oh, there's a Oculus Link cable for $80.
Okay.
16-foot cable, Type C. So it's a proprietary cable.
Interesting.
Sounds on brand.
Okay.
Yeah. They look
So
good.
$500 now. Because of course you want the carrying case and all this other shit. So
there
The
are some
Verge-
workarounds for most of Oculus stuff to go through Steam or Vive, whatever, but not if it's like an Oculus Quest exclusive. Because I guess there's a storefront inside the Quest.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
So if but I don't know that it's an Oculus Quest exclusive. Who knows? So I'm hoping to play it. It looks cool. I want some of the better
all the
stuff I've
Vader
seen.
games look super cool.
Yeah.
Well, could you play the Half-Life Alyx game then too if you had got it to work with Steam? Right?
I think Half-Life Alyx does work with the Oculus.
Oh.
Steam's way more open about that stuff. Like most Steam stuff, it works with any headset. But
Tetris Effect. Yeah, that's a good game. I have the PSVR one, so I might end up buying the Squadrons game for PS4 so I can play it on the VR experience.
Oh yeah,
and try that out.
Sure. Did the Vader thing come out for PS4 yet?
Yes, that's in the notes later. You're getting ahead of us. Oh,
I'm sorry. That's right. That is in the notes later.
I'm gonna cock tease that. Yeah. So the Galaxy's Edge thing, I thought originally was just going to be like a walk through the park. Here's the things you can see if you could go to the park right now. But apparently it's a story. And maybe it has like a walk through the park type thing later. And maybe it'll have like the build a lightsaber and build a robot features that the park has.
Yeah.
But it also seems like there's a narrative story where you're working with C-3PO and you're like shooting people. Because I saw at one point there's like, virtual hands with gloves and you're holding guns and blasting things. I was like, oh, I didn't know that there's going to be any combat involved in this.
Yeah, that was a surprise to me too. I thought it was going to be more sort of like adventure gamey, which I've had good experiences with in VR with some games that are like more adventure game.
Yeah. And I think that works much better too with the teleport type controls.
Yeah. Yeah. Like in an environment where you teleport around and try and shoot shit is difficult.
Because you could teleport too far and you turn around and you're like, oh shit, I'm backwards.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It just doesn't. And free movement and action sequences is a really good way to get sick. So the adventure gamey stuff where it's like you're picking up, artifacts, looking at them, sort of solving puzzle-y stuff, like that stuff is neat. It continues to be cool, but you definitely need like a good story. So if it's got like an interesting story and like, some action sequences, this could be pretty good. So I felt like the complaints about, which I'm sure we'll talk about later, the Vader one, is that it was maybe a little too not interactive enough. Yeah. And it was just a story happening at you. So maybe this will solve that problem.
While we're talking about Galaxy's Edge, though, what is this article about merchandise leaving the park? So there's going to be things that you can't get anymore?
No, it's like you're going to be able to buy them without going to the park.
Oh, okay.
They're going to open up the store to, I forget what they're calling it here, but on the Shop Disney website starting September 28th, we'll just read from it. There's going to be some items that were Galaxy's Edge exclusive coming to the online store. Such things as clothing and lightsabers. Apparently you could buy some sort of, branded Rey outfit or branded Jedi cloaks.
A Grand Admiral's suit.
Yeah. And I forget, I think there's a list. Tristan, you might be interested in the lightsabers.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Let's see, some of the iconic legacy lightsabers from Doc Ondar's. Am I saying that right? I feel like I'm saying it wrong. Lightsabers. I thought they had a list here. Options including Anakin Skywalker's blade, Qui-Gon Jinn's, Ezra Bridger's, and several others. Bridgers?
For
So one of the ones
for new ones.
Yeah, because he's got
For
that
new
one
one
that
to add.
was you had to assemble it to turn it on basically every time.
Well, there is a link in the article.
I
to
see
the
it now.
Disney
Yeah.
Parks blog, where they show some of the things you can buy in the park, and then some of them are going to be available.
So one thing I did notice is that looks like they're selling the hilts, and then you buy the blade accessories separately, and you attach it in, and it like has a connector.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to open up that sort of. I mean, now that not as many people are going to the parks, if they're going to be like, shit, maybe we have to do like the assemble a lightsaber online and for a little bit.
Yeah, what's funny too is that they had the Cal Kestis one from the Jedi game Fallen Order.
Yeah.
Except you could customize it, and my lightsaber didn't look anything like that in the game.
Yeah, true.
So, oops. I don't know who Lord Corvax is.
Me either.
It said he's from Vader VR.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Vader Mortal. Yeah.
I haven't gotten that far yet. Okay. But
That's
his kind of
crazy.
looks like an accordion lightsaber. It's weird.
It's like a Klingon lightsaber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
It looks like a Klingon bird of prey, actually.
Yeah. If you're a LARPer, that's your lightsaber.
How much do you think a Jedi robe and tunic ensemble will cost from this Disney store?
$600.
Yeah.
Oh man.
We have both had the idea that a lot, too much.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, boy. Because those Anovos ones were expensive. They were like $500 for a basic costume.
Yeah, but that was like stormtrooper shit, right? I mean, that's not like. Did they even offer just the robes? I mean, people make robes probably on Etsy.
They did. Yep. They did have the robe combo for some of them, but they sold out very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because right now you can buy a Rey Jakku ensemble costume for $900 from Anovos. And for a, let's see, the other one that I was looking at was the Kylo Ren costume with a helmet is $4,000.
Jesus,
boy. Or a Mandalorian, the TV show authentic helmet for $700. Not bad.
Yeah.
They don't have a price yet, but they have the brown robe, which is just a Jedi robe, which is yeah.
Just a
That's
bathrobe.
probably $300, and then the other tunic stuff is probably
They got this baller ass $300 bathroom.
Some Etsy ones on here that look pretty good that are only about $222. So
yeah,
we'll see what the Disney branded ones will be.
It's not official merchandise though. Come on.
Right, exactly. Like these are
because when you go to role play, people are going to look at the tag inside of the brand and judge you.
Yeah, and cosplayers are always super impressed when people go and buy their costume instead of make it.
Yep.
Whoops.
Because that's what cosplay is about. Yeah.
Well, that's cool if they're doing that. I might look at that and keep an eye out for different lightsabers. Because that'd be cool to own one.
Yeah.
Without having to go there.
They have some really cool shirts that I'm hoping that are only available there that I'm hoping they're going to make available here. We'll see, I guess. I think it's Friday, right? The 28th?
Yeah. I wonder, this might just be like sort of a test to see.
Oh.
Because I'm sure they have stock of it, and they're just like, we got to fucking sell some of this stuff, guys.
Yeah. we are losing money on this merchandise.
Yeah, we were quickly coming into the fourth quarter, and how are we going to... Yeah. And then those advertisements telling you to go to Disney World and Disneyland are still very weird.
Yeah.
It's like, come to us. It's just a bunch of people in masks. It's safe. We promise. Even without putting creepy music behind it, they're fucking weird advertisements. So
I bet Mickey's wearing a mask on his costume even.
You'd hope. Yeah.
On the outside? Yeah.
Like go all in and have every character wearing masks. And
let's talk about some comments that one of our favorite action stars, Gina Carano, has gotten her in some hot water for, whether it's right or wrong. But we'll have that discussion today. So the story is...
man, that's a lot of pressure.
The story is that some of this was removed already, so it's hard to. It's like the Wayback Machine and trace your steps. But this is how I understand it. Some of Pedro Pascal's friends and followers on the internet for Twitter said, "Oh, hey, it'd be cool for trans lives if you put in pronouns in your profile." So he went ahead and he put he, him in his Twitter profile, which is like, oh, okay, that's pretty normal. That's fine. And then some of Gina Carano's friends were like, hey, why don't you do that too? Her followers. And she said, I'm not going to be bullied into it. I'm going to put something funny in there. So she put boop, bop, beep as her pronouns. And people on the internet were not happy with that response. I think, it's hard because you talk about SJWs and are people trying to cancel everybody. And yeah, but there's a fine line between wanting to be canceled or thinking that she's getting canceled over it and retaliating versus being disrespectful. So I want to see where you guys fall on the line there.
A bunch of white cis men, let's talk about.
Yeah.
We're not the most
sure,
diverse.
let's put that little caveat. Yeah. I mean, I'll say obviously she didn't handle it very well.
No.
But being, she calls it being bullied, but yeah, certainly having this all sort of happen on Twitter with a bunch of people being, whatever it was, she clearly didn't handle it well. And she tried, like, some of the tweets, you look like she's kind of trying to like kind of play it down a little bit, and just like the one where somebody says, at Gina Carano, just say you're a transphobic and move on, and she just literally tweets you're a transphobic and move on. Like,
yeah,
she's not being a complete asshole, but like, I can't imagine being in that place where it's just like, on Twitter, having that call you and then just sort of feeling like you're attacked, and like she's not transphobic in any way, and then being told that she is because she's, doesn't want to do this one specific thing, which for her doesn't mean anything for her. Like, I totally get the initial thing of being like, I'm just gonna, I'll do this, but like, whatever, especially as somebody who's like a woman who is sort of masculine in some ways that many people would call masculine. Like, she's, it's a weird place to put her in, I think, and then she just didn't handle it well. How about that? We'll just stop there.
No.
Like, so
yeah, definitely. I mean, if you don't want to do it, just like say, no, that's cool for you. I'm good. But like taking the action to put something up to try to be clever or whatever, that's where you fucked up Gina. Could have just sat it out and been like, no, that's good for Pedro. He can do him. I'm cool with trans people. Just not gonna change my Twitter handle for that. And then it would have been fine. It would have not been an issue.
I mean, she did. I think at some point did kind of say it. She did. I think she did at some point be like I'm not transphobic. I just like people should be able to do this. It's just like, don't make everybody do it. Like, there's no reason for everybody to do it.
Yeah.
She feels that she's she uses the pronoun she, and she looks like she would be a she. Maybe she was just like, why would I need to? I'm not, whatever her feelings were, I think it clearly is. She just felt like, don't make me do something. But then totally did not handle the rest of it right.
Yeah.
I don't know that anybody, that many people would be able to walk that line, I'm sure. Like,
yeah.
And that's kind of probably part of her point is like, I'm going to look like an asshole either way.
Yeah.
So beep, boop, bop. Right?
Yeah. Like, I think she was trying to be clever. But
yeah, I don't think she was trying to be hurtful.
I
think it obviously, none of us are trans. We don't know how that makes people feel, but
yeah.
Obviously some people were hurt. But
her Twitter has also been a little bit suspect with liking a lot of conspiracy theory type stuff too. So I'm not going to feel that fire, but yeah,
Ronda Rousey route or whatever.
Sure. Yeah. So the
Maybe
internet
she
is,
should just sit out Twitter for a bit.
yeah.
maybe we just
Just
cancel
break.
Twitter altogether. How about we just cancel Twitter?
That worked too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Since
I mean,
everybody,
people are calling for her to get fired. I don't think that should be the case, the outcome. I think she should apologize and just move on. That's
Yeah,
it.
it was stupid, but it's not a
Mhm.
cancelable offense.
Yeah.
I don't think there's enough maliciousness there. It's just stupidity.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I definitely don't. If she is going down that route, don't push her that way. Like,
Yeah.
don't push her towards the, you know,
Yeah, if
transphobic,
she's
like,
going down that route, this is going to not help it along.
no.
Nope.
Yeah.
Along those lines, John Boyega has recently spoken out why he's not going to do any more Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
Want to talk to
Yeah.
that one?
Sure. I mean, it's a very long article from the European GQ. I think it was the European one.
Yep.
British one. Just sort of, it covers a lot of John Boyega's like career and life, and they touch on Star Wars and some of the things he said about Star Wars, and then his, growing up and then being famous and then dealing with racism and being famous and sort of all the caveats on that, like some of the Black Lives Matter stuff that he became a part of, and speaking at that rally, and just being emotional, and he talks about like, I didn't have a plan, I just said all the things that I was feeling, and he called out Disney. He felt that they used his, I guess in a way, used his blackness to be like, look, we're gonna have this important black character, and like, here's the advertising, like, we'll build him up, and then like by the third episode, it was just like his character went like nowhere. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
he
And that
felt
was like,
that, yeah.
I was gonna say the first thing in the first trailer you saw was, whoa, there's a black stormtrooper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they
Basically Disney being
used
like,
that.
this is going to be a big character, like,
Yeah.
and then obviously the backlash on the internet from all that horse shit back when that first trailer came out, and then having to deal with that, and then he felt like he just sort of, between him and Kelly Tran and their characters just sort of getting like kind of put under the rug a little bit by the end of it. And that fucking last movie was a mess.
Yeah.
The more I think about it, like,
it's really it's unfortunate, like with the whole cast, they kind of just threw away like a pretty great opportunity. They had a pretty charismatic, diverse cast that would have been bankable, and you could have, as recurring assets for the brand for a long time, and they kind of just fucked it up by having everything so poorly handled, and all of them just being like, I'm never going to do any Star Wars stuff again. I don't think there's anyone on the cast that's like still in on Star Wars, right? Like Ray, Oscar Isaac, John Boyega, Kelly Tran, all of them are just kind of like, yeah, fuck it, I got my paycheck, I'm done. And I don't know, if they would have had maybe a little bit more of a plan, they would have had something going forward so that we could have the 20th anniversary holiday special coming up. Yeah.
Time heals all wounds.
That is true.
Yeah, but I do feel like I agree with you guys. His role.
If they got Harrison Ford back into Star Wars, they could probably get these guys back in 20 years from now. Like, he does not give a shit.
Just need enough money, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
His role was so diminished, though, in the last movie. It was like, it felt like it was an addition, like a script rewrite that he was added in.
Yeah.
We forgot about John Boyega. Oh shit.
Well, I mean, they kept bringing more characters in. They're like, they were adding characters in the last of the series, and it was just like, what? They clearly didn't handle. They just brought too much in. I thought, it's like, and they just muddled the whole thing, and so his arc was just like nothing.
Yeah. And he was kind of willing, even through The Last Jedi, to kind of like roll with it, right? He didn't start dissenting till after that third, and he's just like, what the fuck? So
like hinting at him being, having force powers, but like not really even saying it, and like, like, what a weird, like, when you think about it, like, what a weird choice. Why not just be like, have him do something and be part of this new, I don't know, there's so many ways they could have
had Rey find out, sense his force ability, and then train him, and then that be like, the new Jedi school or something.
They had a potential sort of, Luke, Leia, Han situation going, and then they completely blew it up. Like, the original trilogy was able to like carry three, well, even including like C-3PO and shit, like 4 or 5 characters, through the series, and like having them have their own kind of arcs. And like this new trilogy just did not do that. It just went super hard on Rey and Kylo at the end, and it was just like, which turned out to be not that interesting, honestly. Like they like put all their chips into that relationship, and it just didn't pan out. So it's an interesting article. I mean, it's long. I think there's an interview too that's like 22 minutes long, but he's had a interesting career. He is probably at this point one of the more successful people to come out of that. Star Wars. I don't think anybody who is in Star Wars movies, by the end of 3 of them, they're always, I don't know that there's any major actor that's been like, I want to go back in. They're always like, yeah, I think I'm done.
Yeah.
This is
Anthony Daniels.
Right.
He's like the only one that hung around.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, Mark Hamill too, I guess. Mark Hamill was into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know by the end of it though, if he who knows what he said in like 85, right? He was probably like, I'm gonna do some other stuff. I don't think they thought that they were ever gonna come back anyways back then. So I don't know. It's a good article. From his perspective, it seems like he was disappointed at Disney for doing that. No hate, really, just sort of like disappointed. So he's ready to move on. He's ready to become, he's going to be in Steve McQueen's movies. He's got some shit lined up. He's like, yeah, I'm going to go try and be an actor and not be like just a super famous dude. So respectable.
It's almost worse though when you say, I'm not mad at you, I'm just really disappointed.
Well, yeah, he didn't say that exactly. It's just he's just not gonna, he doesn't want to tear everybody apart. And he actually, I think at one point he was sort of like, he said something about J.J. Abrams coming back to finish up the third, and he was just like, I don't blame J.J. Abrams for this either. Like, I think he called him his boy. He's like, my boy didn't, like, he couldn't, like, he did what he could, and it's just a result of whatever. So like, it's not faulting anybody. It's just Disney, the corporate structure and like blockbuster structure in general, he seemed pretty much like disappointed with. Which I think if you talk to any minority actor, they'd be like, yeah, the blockbuster system kind of sucks. They still think that minorities and women can't like helm things, like can't be the major stars of a $300 and $400 million movie, which clearly is not true.
Yeah,
it happens all the time. So, but they still treat them like second-rate actors. So that's what I got from that long article and the interview. But
I'll link it in the Facebook page if you want to read it.
Yeah,
that's good.
He was almost kidnapped working on a movie.
Jeez.
So, yeah, he got on the wrong boat, and I forget if it was Nigeria or whatever that was supposed to take him to set. And the captain of the boat was basically like, "You got to give me money if you want to go, if you want me to turn this boat back on."
Oh,
so
holy crap!
Because he realized that he was, British or possibly had money. So it's interesting. It's an interesting read. So anyway,
tonight,
I thought I'd put that in there.
Tonight is the Emmy Awards, an award show that nobody gives a shit about, but we'll talk about them because The Mandalorian has been nominated for several, and I think they actually already had a technical Emmys show a week before or 2 weeks before, and it's already won some awards.
Yeah, no, Trent Reznor is on his way to getting an EGOT.
What's that?
An Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony.
Yeah.
So he just needs a Tony now. So
what did he
Nine
get?
Inch Nails musical,
the Downward Spiral musical.
Yeah.
Did he get one for Watchmen or something?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Him and Atticus Ross got the Emmy for best original music for a TV show or whatever. So.
Okay. Well, The Mandalorian won Outstanding Production for Design for a Narrative Program, half hour for Chapter 1, The Mandalorian. They won for Sound Mixing, in the child episode. Outstanding visual effects, outstanding cinematography, and outstanding sound editing. So pretty good. There's still going to be nominees for, or the actual award show. It's probably going to do like best drama, which I don't think they're going to win because they're going up against like Better Call Saul, Killing Eve, Ozark, Stranger Things, Succession, The Crown, Handmaid's Tale. Probably not going to win that one.
Probably not.
Outstanding sci-fi costumes. They might win that one.
Is it sci-fi costume specifically?
Yeah. So Westworld, Watchmen. Oh, Watchmen won it already. Never mind.
Wow.
Okay.
Watchmen's pretty good.
Yeah, I bet it's clearing a lot of the Oscar or the Emmys this year.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
No, that's who would have thought that a Star Wars live action TV show would do as well as it did? So,
outstanding composition. Oh, I guess The Mandalorian won that. They just put an award for there, but Ludwig Göransson, composer of the theme song for The Mandalorian, won, which was
nice.
very interesting too. In that behind the scenes stuff, watching him make that music, that was fun.
That was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, just that one guy, like the fact that it's just sort of like him in a room with all sorts of instruments, just like nope, nope.
This is my not a didgeridoo.
Whatever this weird instrument is.
This is my almost a didgeridoo.
Yeah, that crazy instrument.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. So I guess that's pretty much everything they're nominated for, so we don't have to watch the Emmys tonight.
You don't know the power of the dark side. Don't make me destroy you. The Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you are not a Jedi yet. Join me. Together, we can rule the galaxy as father and son.
On to season 2 of The Mandalorian topics. We now have a date. Season 2 is dropping 10/30, October 30th. There was a trailer. Season 2 trailer came out. I think it was earlier this week, right?
Yep.
And the trailer is pretty much like 30 seconds of awesomeness. There is throat singing. So the composer Ludwig put in there's like throat singing and new instrumentation of the familiar theme song, which is kind of cool. It shows us that there was the armorer, the person who made the Mandalorian's armor, is doing narration, and she's talking about great sorcerers called the Jedi, which is very interesting. And you see some cloaked figures that look very Jedi-like. Bill, you had a theory for that?
Yeah, I've read a lot of theories about who that is, but I don't know. It being Sabine Wren seems pretty likely due to the appearance and the fact that she was heavily rumored to be in this season.
Mm-hmm. So there's a rumor that Sabine became a Jedi.
No, just that she was going to be in this season. And I mean, if the Jedi connection is if she's in it, she's probably palling around with Ahsoka, right?
Sure. Yep. Because we didn't see Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka in this trailer.
No.
Which is what the rumor is, that she's playing Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Okay. There is a lot of saying this is the way. I think they say it 3 or 4 times.
Yep. Gotta get that T-shirt money.
Yeah. There was X-Wings, TIE fighters, and speeder bikes. So that was cool seeing some X-Wings flying around.
And the X-Wings lock the S-foils into attack position.
Mm-hmm.
So they're serious. Yeah.
It looked like they were at Cloud City. or some type of cloudy planet, which would be interesting too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it appeared they were having a disagreement with the Mando.
Mm-hmm. Then there's wherever I go, he goes, meaning that the child and he are inseparable.
This is a weird list.
Yeah, it is a weird
This
list.
is a weird list. I don't think I would put any of these on
The
top
Star
5
Wars.
things.
top 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Available on StarWars.com.
Star Wars, like I'm trying not to point out too much stuff in the background.
This is like a BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
18 things you didn't catch in the Mandalorian trailer.
Right.
Yeah. But you can dissect it. And there's actually one really funny part where there's a Tusken Raider on top of
Bantha.
one of those Banthas.
Yeah.
And
so that's got to be Tatooine.
Yeah, there's got to be Tatooine, but there's one point too, if you watch it very closely, like the Bantha's mouth moves at the same time as the throat singing thing. It seems like the Bantha is singing. It's kind of goofy, but it's fun. I'm very stoked for this. It looked great.
It did. It was a good trailer.
It's a good trailer. It was pretty vague. They did a very good trailer job of showing like nothing. Some like vague cool stuff that looks neat. There's some swole cut Gamorreans doing like
the combat
fighting.
Arena?
Yeah,
cool.
the Fight Club.
Yeah.
Yep. Looking forward to that.
It definitely, the budget has gone up, and it was very much a like, all right, we're putting even more money into this because it was popular. And this is now they're going all in. Hopefully they keep it in the sort of, it looks like they do, but they don't go full modern. That they kind of keep the original series feeling that the first series, the first season had, which is like part of that is sort of like a lower budget, like scrappiness, but
like from the original trilogy.
Yeah, exactly.
Practical effects because they look cool and because they don't cost a shitload of money.
Right. Right. But I'm sure it's just going to keep ramping up like as a TV show. So, I'm excited. It looks good.
One thing I forgot about is that he has a jetpack. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. He's got a jetpack now.
That's a big part of the first one.
Yeah. Why doesn't he just use a jetpack all the time? Is another plot hole.
I mean,
like,
fuel? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it uses rare fuel. So I think that the one scene where Baby Yoda like closes his thing, I think it looked like he had reloaded his birds of prey. So I don't know.
That's pretty cool.
Getting that shit from somewhere, I guess.
That's true. That was supposed to be kind of a limited use thing.
Yeah.
There's just going to be a scene of him going back and like, I use the birds of prey. Can I have more?
Yes.
This is the way. And she gives him more.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Like, what's the magic words? This is the way. Yeah.
The
way. There was another rumor going around that halfway through The Mandalorian, Pedro and the production team had a disagreement, and Pedro said, "I quit," and left. So this is not confirmed. This is all rumors. But he really wanted to have some scenes with his helmet off, and the creative team wouldn't budge on that. So then he said, well, what does it really matter then if I'm wearing this equipment the whole time and you can't see my face? And they're like, yeah, that's true. We don't need you.
You know what? Yeah, do voiceover.
Yeah. I mean, it would be unfortunate, but yeah, I mean, it wouldn't really be that impactful.
Yeah.
Because they only had one scene in the first season with him without it.
And
when
he takes his helmet after being shot, he takes his helmet off.
Yeah, because it's just him in IG 11. But you could certainly write to never have that happen, and then it doesn't matter. Just have someone that sounds vaguely like him, and you're fine. I mean, it would be cool to have him involved because he seems like a cool guy, but it wouldn't be that impactful also.
Yeah, I could see as an actor, if you're like him, and you're like spending a lot of time on set, and you're just and you have to re-record your audio anyways, probably because it's muffled and inside a helmet.
Mm-hmm.
At a certain point, maybe he's just like, can I, like, what, do I really need to be here? Like, what if we just let the stuntman, or my double, like, kind of do these scenes, and then I'll record the voice, like, if that way I can go work on other stuff, and basically double my time, and I'm not just sitting here. I could certainly see like an actor being like, what really, do I need to be here?
Yeah.
Well, there was a rumor going around that he was only in like 10% of the shots, and it was all stunt doubles the rest of the time. So,
Sure.
Yeah,
he doesn't have a leg to stand on, unfortunately. Like, this
No.
is, I mean, if he's gonna try and pull some, like, I don't know what, some contract shit, like,
Mhm.
he seems like, a good actor. Like, I like him as a character, but like, unfortunately, easily replaceable.
Yeah.
Like, even
Mhm.
if in the third season his voice changed, I don't think people would be like, "What happened?" They'd just be like, "Meh."
Mhm.
They'll just have a scene where he gets shot in the neck,
Shot in the throat.
yeah,
Yep.
like, and that's a tough. Who knows what the reasoning is, but I can certainly see him being frustrated with the concept of being on set all the time if he doesn't need to be.
Mhm.
So, or it feels like he's not contributing while he's on set. He's literally just being placed somewhere and standing there and being like, "This is not what I signed up for." So,
Yeah.
who knows?
Yep. But in the
Believable.
article, they say when he talked to Jon Favreau about this role, he said, your character's going to be wearing a helmet 97% of this show. And he's like, yep, I'm cool with it. It sounds like
Well,
he had a change of heart. So, yeah, it's too bad because Pedro was really like excited to be in this role, and you could feel his excitement. We were at Celebration, we saw him talking and all that.
he did
And I
kind
was
of shit
like, wow.
on animation though at the celebration
Yeah.
in front of what's his name?
Filoni.
Filoni, which people did not like.
Yeah.
He had to walk that back. Thankfully, that was not
Mhm.
recorded. But
Yeah.
what was his comment? It was just like, and now you're finally on a live action thing, not like a cartoon. And we were just like, ooh, wrong place to say that.
Mhm.
Obviously he didn't know what he was saying, but he wasn't trying to be an asshole. It was just he was trying to make a joke. It did not go over well. Yeah, I don't know. Excited. I'm pumped for some more content. More content. Bring me content.
We'll see if it impacts any of season 2. Maybe it could be a thing where his voice sounds different or something towards some of the VO, and they didn't tell us about it, and then we're going to find out through watching it.
So it's not confirmed though that he's out. That's just sort of
No, I think
No.
it's still rumors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
find
and
out.
I haven't been able to find anywhere super reliable, but
Yeah, that's
Variety
why I
would
preface this
probably be
by
your
saying,
source for that. As soon as
Yeah.
that happens, Variety will.
allegedly.
yeah, that's why I'm saying
Allegedly.
this is all hearsay.
Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
Allegedly.
No, we'll know. It won't be a secret if he like leaves his contract.
But I think they're probably going to be dishing out one episode a week like they did with the original season. So we'll find out. Another rumor that was out in the wild was that Daisy Ridley did the Jimmy Kimmel show while Josh Gad was hosting it. And she said that there was possibilities of different origins of Rey during the Rise of Skywalker. Well, actually, during the Force Awakens, they explored the ideas of her being an Obi-Wan daughter, which I think is much better. We've speculated that from the beginning is during Obi-Wan's time in Tatooine, did he get down? Because he spent how many years in the desert, right?
Sure. She could be part sand people.
No, just like some spacer comes into
Jawa.
Dude, I've seen the Star Wars porn, and Obi-Wan definitely has sex with a sand person.
You own the Star Wars porn.
I do. That's true. And let me tell you,
Yes. Yeah.
sex with a sand person.
Old Obi-Wan too.
Yeah, no, he was an old porn actor. He kept his cloak on.
Yeah.
I'll just let you know that.
It's the only way to do it with dignity.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
classy.
Oh,
yeah.
and it was on
Yeah.
top of a speeder. It was actually a pretty good scene.
A lot of production value.
Yeah, it was like, oh, they're doing this right. Of course. Why not?
Mhm.
The Wookiee scene, the Chewbacca scene was fucking weird.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, yeah, no, that makes sense. Of course, they didn't have everything decided by the end of it, that they were toying with ideas. It's clear by the end of it that they did not know what they were doing.
No,
So,
and yeah, from what they went with, it's clear that they just kind of fucking came up with it.
yeah, which is J.J. Abrams' MO. So that's what he does.
Yeah, they could have. I mean, the options were she's nobody, which we thought was
I liked the idea of. Yeah.
a very good idea. Yeah, because not everybody has to be related to everybody.
Right. Especially when you have this moment in like the end of The Last Jedi where like there is a nobody using force powers. Like he like also set that up. I mean, we've talked about it before, but Rian Johnson also kind of set that up with Kylo either lying to her or saying the truth that like you're literally nobody. Like they could have just stuck with that. But though without that, maybe you don't get the force lightning scene, which I liked in the last. Was probably like the only thing, one of the few things I liked in the last one.
When she accidentally kind of pulls up that shuttle.
Yeah.
Or at the end when she channels the Jedi's ghosts of old.
When she blows up the shuttle.
Yeah.
So but yeah, no, that makes sense. I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah.
Were there other ones?
That she would have been they just said could have been related to some very high profile names in the franchise or could have just been no one. So they toyed with her being related to Obi-Wan or the whole Palpatine lineage. But then the whole thing comes up too with like, what about her dad was Palpatine's son, who they just brushed under the rug, and then they were like, forget about him. Don't worry about it. Which is a bullshit thing.
Like a creation by the Emperor, right? Like some sort of weird clone super Jedi, like, or the two of them. Not Kylo, but I guess Kylo has parents, but the fact that she had to be a direct descendant of the Emperor, like she could have been a creation. They clone people, like why not do that and be like a theoretical child instead of like an actual child, grandkid. Like,
I
don't know.
I actually like the way the EU books went, where Han and Leia had children, and they became like the new Jedi class. They were twins, right? Twins as well. Yeah. That's I think a more interesting story, but of course they couldn't take that story because they've been like, oh, we have to pay them royalties for that. Yeah.
Disappointing, but I'll watch them again this winter. I think I'll do my annual Christmas time Star Wars watch. But and maybe
sounds reasonable. Yeah,
some more things to say about it. We're gonna watch something to talk about. I guess we'll be talking about the Mandalorian, but
and possibly some comic books.
Yeah, true.
Because comic books are coming out again.
Comic books have been coming out slowly, been trickling during this whole quarantine thing, apparently. So,
and a new Thrawn book came out a couple weeks ago that I'm super slowly reading through. So,
okay. Nice. At the end of the trilogy?
No, this is the start of a new one.
Oh, okay.
For like when he's just a youth coming up in the Chiss ascendancy.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. At this rate, it'll be another 4 episodes before I'll have it finished. But at that time, I can talk about it a little bit more.
Fair.
So it sounds like the series debut for the books and stuff was supposed to come out in August. For the High Republic stuff, but now it's been delayed until 2021. So a lot of that High Republic stuff got pushed. It looks like. Yep. We'll see. No dates yet.
When did Squadrons come out?
Oh, we just talked about that today too. Let me look.
We did. Sorry. Just wanted a reminder, a refresher.
October something. Let's see.
I know the
second.
store
Holy
wanted
shit.
me to pre-order it October 2nd.
Yeah, it's real soon, October
Yeah.
2nd.
All right, I got some stuff happening.
Yeah, I think I'll get it on PS4 so I can use the VR stuff, and then
Yeah, I wonder if we'll have crossplay, so we can team up.
Good
I think
question.
EA stuff has had.
Are you
crossplay.
getting PC,
Probably?
Justin?
Yeah, so I can do the VR.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
And my PS4 is an OG PS4, so
Yeah.
it does not run new games great.
Let's see what it says. It does support crossplay, and it's going to
Nice.
be $40. So PC, PS4, Xbox One crossplay.
$40. They must be planning on selling something.
Yeah, I think there's like accessories and customized things you can buy. But it's 5-on-5 for the majority of the combat in that game.
Bring back bots. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's just fuck around with bots.
I just want to.
Lose.
Yeah, I don't want to get pwned by a 12-year-old from South Korea.
Yeah, I really wish bot matches would come back.
Yeah.
Just so I can have fun and chat with somebody and not worry about like taking it fucking seriously. Getting owned constantly.
Rogue Leader 3, you suck, dude. I hope you die.
Yeah, right.
Fucked your mom.
Yeah.
Hey, you fucking talk funny. Where the fuck are you from? Speaking of VR, though, I did buy Vader Immortal for the PS4, which released, to my surprise, in August. I was like,
Dude,
oh yeah, I gotta get this.
Pre-orders.
Time is weird right now. Don't worry
I
about
did
it.
not pre-order it, and it came out August 25th, and I was like, oh shit, it's already out. So I hooked up my VR set, which hasn't been hooked up because I don't normally play with VR games. But the scores for it are low because it's not really a VR game. It's more like a VR adventure experience thing where you basically solve really simple puzzles. You teleport around when you walk. And there's the only thing that I found that was really cool was the lightsaber dojo, which is a separate game event where you basically stand in your living room in your VR box, and then the training droids from like the episode 4 droids attack you. Different types of droids.
Better or worse than Beat Saber?
I don't have Beat Saber on VR.
Oh, no?
I've played it in the arcade though, so I say that Beat Saber is better.
In the arcade?
Yeah, there's a VR arcade thing. Like Beat Saber.
Like for the PS4 or what? I'm confused now.
No, like I went to the Pac-Man arcade in Illinois, where they had a Beat Saber arcade machine set up with like a VR headset thing you put on.
No shit.
The controllers. Yeah, so it was actually there's where I played it.
When was that?
Last year, February.
Okay, I just did not know. I mean, it makes sense that the VR thing is like an arcade thing, but I'd never heard of it before.
Yeah, my coworker and I, we joked that we're going to get pink eye from this.
I mean, it's a real.
But there was nobody else there, so we're like, maybe nobody's used it in a while.
Yeah.
But we didn't. So, I got to get that for the PS4 because I thought that was a lot of fun. But I didn't recognize any of the music though. It was all like generic EDM song.
Yeah. It's very low cost for whoever made it. They were just like, here's some cheap music that I can license.
But now I saw they have Linkin Park.
Yeah, they've added music pack.
Uh-huh.
No, Beat Saber is good. So be it better or worse than Beat Saber? I forgot where you went with that.
The controls are actually pretty good.
Good.
But a lot of the feedback from the users' reviews has been that it just doesn't feel like a full-fledged game. So I wouldn't call it a game. I'd call it like an experience.
Yeah.
And it's only like, I think 6 hours total plus the dojo. You can do unlimited times if you want. But it felt good because you can unlock different lightsaber hilts and crystals possibly and accessories. But I don't know if I'm going to keep playing that over and over again. Probably not.
Sure. Oh, in order to to do the lightsaber thing, you can then unlock.
Yeah, if you get
Okay.
better scores and stuff, and yeah.
I thought it was funny during Celebration when we went to the Vader Immortal, or they talked about Vader Immortal, and they were like, and then we made this lightsaber part and discovered that people really enjoyed it, so we made a dojo. I was like, how did you not assume that people would want a fucking lightsaber dojo?
Yeah,
Like,
because you have the move control in your
Yeah.
hand, and that's just like a lightsaber.
Yeah.
we incorporated it and then discovered people really liked it. It's like, of course they did. Of course they
Yeah.
want to fucking have a lightsaber battle.
One thing though
Weird.
that I enjoyed for accessibility purposes is you can hold the lightsaber in your left hand or your right hand.
Mm.
So that was cool. That being a left-handed person, I can be like, oh, cool, look at me go.
Nice.
Yep.
It'd be weird if they didn't want you to do that.
No, some games don't. You'd be surprised about how many games are just like, no, you're right-handed.
Wow. Even in VR?
Well, VR's gotten better about that, but like most sword, like first-person sword games and stuff, you can't pick your hand in this. It's always right-handed.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. But VR, some of them have gotten better.
Hope so.
Beat Saber 2 is both hands.
Yeah, I use both.
So you have to
Get two
cut the
sabers.
stuff with two sabers. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I also got Gorn, but I didn't play that. I've been meaning to play that game.
Gorn's good. Gorn's good.
Yeah.
That Gorn's how I broke my lamp.
Swinging your arms around.
I was like, I can keep it below my head. No, man. I just swing at some dude and yeah.
The glass shattered everywhere.
Not everywhere, but yeah. like right. So dangers of VR and lower ceilings.
So it is only $30. That's, I'd say, the thing it's got going for it is if you want a Vader experience that lasts a couple hours using your headset that you don't normally use. It's only $30.
Price appropriate. Yeah.
Yeah. If it was $60, I'd say definitely do not buy.
I wonder if it's on the Oculus store.
Yeah, it's on the Oculus 2 storefront. So if you
originally came out for just the Quest, and that's why I couldn't.
Yep.
Couldn't play it.
It's on the Quest 2 for sure.
So let's see if it's on the regular Oculus store.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so we got that, and then we have Squadrons to look forward to this year, coming out October 2nd. Are either of you guys going to buy the new video game systems, either the Xbox or the PS5?
I assume I'll get the PS5 someday, but not in the immediate future.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Bill on that.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I agree with Bill. At this point, I've at first Vader Immortal Episode 1 $9.99, so I could get it. But they're selling it by episode. It's 3 episodes.
The 3 episodes. So I bought the PS4 one came in as a bundle.
Should I buy it, Tristan?
For $30? Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna go through the whole thing when I get a little more time.
Okay, I'll check it out this winter.
But I say for $30, or if you can find it on sale, it's worth it.
Yeah, I'm with Bill. Like, I think I've been thinking about it. Microsoft has been pretty much saying, like, if you have a decent gaming PC, probably no reason to buy an Xbox, because anything that's exclusive to Xbox will come out on PC. So I might just switch my Game Pass to PC only, and then just basically get to play a bunch of stuff through Microsoft and Xbox. And because there are some exclusive games on PlayStation that I do like, and which are not going to come out on PC. So if I was going to buy one, that would be the PlayStation. Eventually, like, I do not want that weird hunking giant thing. Like,
yeah.
Let's see if I can hold out till the revision or whatever. Even the Xbox Series X is like, I don't know that will fit in my entertainment cupboard or whatever.
I thought the same thing, but then I looked up the specifications. It's actually 12 inches high by 6 inches wide.
Yeah, 6 inches probably would just fit.
Yeah, so it's not as monstrous as I had thought, but it looks like a cube, a giant cube.
Yeah, it is larger. I mean, they are larger than any of the systems that have come out. It's not like, even the original Xbox. But I mean
Yeah.
the series, and then also like I don't have a 4K TV, so if I was going to buy an Xbox, I'd probably unless I get a 4K TV, like I would probably buy the Series S.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, their whole pricing structure made it seem like I don't know. I was kind of confused as to whether or not I would really need one, but because I have a decent gaming PC, I don't think I would go for the Xbox right now. So,
well, I think it's incredible that Xbox is like, we want you to get into our environment, so we're gonna let you get the stuff on payment plan if you want, and it's $25 a month for the low end one, plus you get the Game Pass, which is now going to be $10 for PC, right?
It's
or
a
Ultimate,
crazy good deal.
It's 15. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're essentially paying $20 a month, 0 interest for 2 years to get the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But personally, I just don't have any need to get a new system if I can play either on xCloud, like streaming it because I have good internet, or just installing the exclusive games on my PC. And I just don't really just don't need an Xbox in general. So maybe
I'm definitely in the wait and see camp because I have a PS4 Pro and I'm not really playing games on it anyways. So even if I get the 5, I wouldn't play games on it. So
yeah,
right,
it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. If anything, I like playing the indie games on the Switch or PC more, or retro games. So I don't know.
True.
Yeah.
Same. Like I said, I think if I was going to buy something this next Christmas for myself, it might be an Oculus Quest 2, just because I miss when I can have people over again and hang out with people. It was always fun to bring them over and like have them play, Vacation Simulator or Gorn, but like not in my office, like in the room, like they could just be in the room next to the living room or whatever, like not having to hook them up to a PC. Like that all seems pretty.
Yeah. Because it sounds like you can plug in your Oculus if you want more computing power, basically.
Right.
But by
And
itself,
people seem pretty impressed by the standalone Quest 1.
Yeah.
Like as a VR experience, just the whole wireless part of it alone, people are like, yeah, do it. Like this would be what you would want. So the second one's gonna have better resolution and better computing power. Like sure. We'll see. But yeah, no games coming out really for launch on either system. So like what?
Yeah.
The idea that they sold out of the PS5s right away was like, why is anybody doing this?
Yeah. It's like, oh, you want to play your old PS4 games on this new thing you just bought? Really? Just play on your PS4.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, people.
The new Spider-Man game, I'm like, nah.
Well, that's coming out for PS4, right?
I don't know. Is it?
I think you're right. I think
so.
The Miles Morales thing is also coming out for PS4. So
no, I haven't played the other Spider-Man game, the last one, still. So I'm already one behind.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was rad.
But probably the only open world game I have beaten in a long time, like just to completion, because the story was like good enough that I was like, I'm gonna continue doing this. Like, and it was fun. Like it was just good time. So
I played the shit out of God of War. That was right up my alley.
Yeah, I still want to check that out.
Oh,
I never finished that.
It's such a good game.
Did it chug? You have a Pro?
I do.
Did it like lag a little bit? Because that's my thing. Is like I'm assuming that's probably going to come to the PS5 or playable on the PS5 too. And I have an old PS4, so I was like, I don't know that this is going to play great on the old system.
It did not chug on the Pro, but my Pro also sounds like a jet copter taking off because the fans are so loud on it.
I also have this like sinking feeling that eventually there will be a PlayStation Store on Windows PCs. Like I don't know how a company right now cannot look at how much money Epic is making, how much money Steam makes, how much money Microsoft makes from selling games on the PC, and just be like, they should, and everything's being Unreal Engine anyways, like just being like, and announcing 2 years from now, like PlayStation Store on Microsoft, so we can also make billions of dollars. Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like I think that's gonna happen in the next 1 or 2 years. I do not think they make a ton of money on the systems themselves. I'm sure they make money, but like I'm sure they're just like really where they make money is selling games, and they can sell games to you anywhere on your PC too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why wouldn't they? So,
Yep,
that's my theory.
that's why I think Microsoft's got a leg up, is because they do cross-platform with PC all the time.
Oh yeah, no, they're the example of like, clearly they don't make the money on the systems if they're like, we don't care where you pay it as long as you pay us to play it. Like,
oh man, did you guys see that Super Mario 35-year edition stuff? This is totally not Star Wars related. This is the last thing
we're on a tangent. That's all right.
They re-released Mario Brothers 64 and what's the other one? Mario Sunshine,
Galaxy?
and then Galaxy. So they put 3 games out for $60, and they didn't really up-res them that much. And they still have the control problems of like that old GameCube control problem that they had with Sunshine that made that game really suck. And Galaxy, you have to use motion controls a little bit because you had to spin the thing to launch at certain points in that game.
Yeah.
If you're playing with a Wiimote.
So you have to play it docked.
Either that or you have to or shake your Switch, I guess, to make it happen.
No, you can't shake the Switch. You have to play it docked. Like you have to have the controllers off of it. So I guess you could put it like on the stand or whatever, the little kickstand, and play it maybe. But like you can't use the Pro controller, I guess, either.
Oh man, that really sucks.
Like they really half-ass put this out. It sounded like.
Yeah. And what's funny is if you
emulate too, right? You only have like till the end of March.
Yeah, this limited time offer.
Which probably means they'll sell them again, maybe with upgraded stuff. So,
but it's so funny though, is if you emulate any of the old 64 type cartridges, you can do shader up-res, you can do dynamic shadow type stuff emulation, and also you can double the resolution to make it look actually decent enough and smooth it out. And it looks way better than that version they're trying to sell you for $60. Yeah.
That's crazy. Did the 99 Mario Brothers thing come out yet? Because that was part of that too, right? Like the Tetris 99, but with the original Mario Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, jumping on pipe. It's not pipes. That's just called Mario Brothers, right?
Yeah, not Super Mario Brothers, but like the old Mario Bros.
Where it's like one single screen, Donkey Kong-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. I'm curious to play that. I don't know that was part of that bundle. I think it's just coming out and like Tetris 99 for free, hopefully. So
yeah,
that seems cool. But yeah, they really half-assed it.
Yeah, just like they half-assed those Star Wars game ports to the Switch. Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
You're not playing Pod Racer every day?
No, I'm not. Oh. Played it once and then I went, okay, that's enough. All right, boys, I think that covers it, plus some extra bullshit.
Yeah, definitely. I did buy some, I think we talked about it, but I did buy some comics.
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars Bounty Hunters, since comics are continuing to go. Maybe we'll see how that goes. But
yeah, we'll do some reviews the next episode.
I'll have to find out if Bounty Hunters is a 4-part or 5-part series. Maybe we can just cover the whole thing next time.
Okay.
Well, possibly 5 parts or 6. So, but cool.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thanks for listening, and keep on keeping on.
All wings report in.
Red 10 standing by.
Red 7 standing by.
Red 3 standing by.
Red 6 standing by.
Red 9 standing by.
Red 2 standing by.
Red 11 standing by.
Red 5 standing by. Fighters coming in, point 3.
Was, without a doubt, the worst episode ever. Rest assured that I was on the internet within minutes, registering my disgust throughout the world.